Good morning. Welcome to your early morning intuitive guidance. I'm Dr. Bonnie Nussbaum, here with some words of wisdom for this fine Tuesday. And we have the Wild Offering card deck again. Tosha Silver again. I think the universe likes operating in chunks. Good morning, Abigail. Welcome. Glad you're here. You're the first one popping on today. We'll give everybody a minute to arrive. But again, Wild Offering deck, and this deck is focused on turning things over, letting it go, allowing. And for some of us, that's pretty easy. For others of us, good morning, Barb. Glad you're here. Not so easy. Hello, Nancy. Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday. Everybody's starting to roll in. Good morning, Joe Neal. Welcome. Glad you're here. So, and the card for today we've had not that long ago. So again, to me, that speaks volumes. It's letting us know that there's yet another step, level, whatever you want to call it, for this particular phenomenon to occur. So we can take another look at it from a deeper level. How is this resonating for me right here, right now in my life? So, as we usually do, let's start with some tapping and some breath in through the nose. Good morning, Beth. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. And you can keep breathing deeply and easily. And I realized that it's been quite some time since I have let people know that if you want to be added to the email list, good morning, Gwen, welcome, who get these emails every morning, just send me yes to empowermentandpurpose.com. Bonnie at empowermentandpurpose.com, and I will add you to the mailing list so that you not only get these live like this, but you also get them in an email. So, Wild Offering deck, Tosha Silver. I was kind of surprised this deck popped up again, but it seems like we're in a flow. We're in a flow. Our card for today is doubt. Doubt. And some of you may remember this from when we had it a while ago. So let's take another deep breath. Let it go. And I want you to think of the things right now about which you have doubt. Is this ever going to work out? Is that ever going to work out? What's the next step for this? I don't get it on that. Whatever comes to mind for you with regard to doubt. Where there might be doubtful thoughts, doubtful feelings that you're having about something. So here's the guidance. Offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises, but you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. So let me read that again. Offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never occurs. Doesn't mean we don't slide into doubt or conflict or fear or any of the other things that can make us pretty uncomfortable. But you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Good morning, Mel. Welcome. Glad you're here. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. Now, the piece about that I think is even kind of funny is we sort of feel that when we turn it over, the answer should be instantaneous. And oftentimes we have to wait. And good morning, Carol, and welcome. Glad you're here. And I believe the reason we wait is because we're developing other skills in the process. We're developing discernment, we're developing patience, we're developing faith and trust, all the things. If we turned it over and instantaneously things shifted, we wouldn't get the benefit of any of those things. I remember reading a story from Oprah that every year she would ask for a particular, what would I want to call it, attribute. Whether it was patience, whether it was trust, whether it was joy, whatever it was, she'd ask for those from Spirit. And one year she asked for strength, I believe. And she said every soul-sucking event that could happen unfolded. And so she decided she wasn't going to ask for those things anymore. She was merely going to live her life day to day and see what the universe had to offer her. For many of us, that would be an interesting shift to make, wouldn't it? Because in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, a lot of our focus was on how do we achieve, how do we accomplish, how do we, get that next carrot that's dangling for us. And so making a shift to, I have faith and trust, I'm just going to step forward, I'm going to see what unfolds, I'm going to practice being in the flow. That's a very different way of being, a divine feminine way of being, instead of pursue, which is the divine masculine way of being. We need both. We need both. And we need a flow to both. We need some balance in there, but there's going to be times that call for more divine masculine and times that call for more divine feminine. And we want to be discerning with those times as well, because for most of us, once we come under pressure, we default into divine masculine because it's how we've been trained. So doubt can actually be one of those cues. Wait a minute, I better step back here. I need to take a look at this. I need to discern. I need to get an overview. I need to shift my perspective, however you want to look at that. But doubt can be the signal. It's time for a pause, a timeout, a psychic timeout, and go within. What am I being guided to here? And if I'm being guided to just stay in the stillness for a bit, how do I honor that? How do I honor that? So, doubt. That's our card for today. That's our blessing for today. And many of us would say, that ain't no blessing. Definitely is, though. Definitely is. How can you utilize your doubt in healthy ways? In healthy ways. So, have an awesome Tuesday. I'm looking forward to meeting with my coffee group shortly. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, you are capable of far more than you think you are. Bye-bye.